In today's fight, we have Jiren versus Zen Buu from Dragon Ball Multiverse. That's right, I wanted to throw in a little fan-made character here. If you've read Dragon Ball Multiverse, you know all about Zen Buu. If you don't know about Dragon Ball Multiverse, I will cover Zen Buu here. So you guys don't have to worry about that, as well as giving you guys their pros and cons, their strengths and weaknesses of each of these combatants. Then we will have a fight scenario at the very end, and we will see who is declared the winner. Let's go ahead and begin. In Dragon Ball Multiverse, in Universe 4, the events of Dragon Ball play out exactly the same, except when Oob and Good Buu, they fuse together. And this creates a character called Zen Buu, who is extremely powerful, but is a deity that essentially wants to do good. But to do good, he needs to absorb powerful warriors throughout time, because that way he can use their power to watch over the universe. So he absorbs Gohan, Broly, all the Kais, the South Kai, Piccolo, and all the Namekians. This creates a being that is godlike in power, extremely intelligent, highly manipulative, almost completely unkillable, and with a warped sense of humor and morality. He pretends to be a reformed and benevolent, but deep down he's still chaotic and dangerously curious. Zen Buu is not evil at all. He's just amoral. He wants entertainment, he gets bored relatively easily, and he wants freedom to do whatever he wants and experiment, which is what basically he did during the Multiverse tournament. Ultimately, Zen Buu is a wild card. He does whatever he wants, and he doesn't care about order or justice, only whatever makes him happy and makes him laugh. So with that synopsis, let's go ahead and go into Zen Buu and his strengths and weaknesses. So first, he absorbed everyone powerful in his universe. I just told you guys that. So he is immensely powerful. He has all their abilities similar to the Buu that we see in Dragon Ball Z. On top of that, he's got Omni magic manipulation. He can alter reality, bend dimensions, and create illusions. He can instantly heal and he can instantly regenerate. He knows everything in the universe and has unlimited stamina and ki. And his hacking of reality is probably his most dangerous ability, because he can basically erase memories, manipulate time in short bursts, and he has access to weird meta abilities like story awareness. He knows that he's in a story similar to Deadpool. So just like any omniscient being or anybody that has unlimited power, his weaknesses are essentially his own. It's himself. He has a huge ego, which, as we've seen in this series throughout my multiple videos, ego can be a huge problem, and he gets bored extremely easily, which leads to him being mentally unstable on a lot of different things, has emotional swings, and all sorts of things. So his mind isn't 100% really there. And unlike other Buus that have absorbed, say, ones that absorb Piccolo, or ones that just absorb one character, or maybe even two, he's absorbed so many of them that his fighting ability is really not something that we really see at all. He more likes to go into magic and tricking people than fighting people. And in canon, he never uses full power, he never uses full abilities, because if he had to do that, that means he's extremely interested in the fight, and this could break reality. So I just gave you a lot of information on Zen Buu, and that's because I want to make sure you guys are on the same page as I am when it comes to this fight. And when it comes to a lot of these fan-made characters, I want to make sure I'm extremely fair which ones I choose and for what, and if there's enough information, because anybody can write, I mean, Dragon Ball did it with Gas, anyone can write a character that, oh, he's just super strong and everything, but I like to get characters that have a lot of depth to them as well. So there are capabilities and possibilities of them losing. So going to Jiren, his strengths are that he has transcendent strength. His strength surpasses the power of the God of Destruction without any sort of divine training. It's just the power that comes from him, similar to Beast Gohan. Like Beast Gohan, he also has limitless ki reserves. So he's got as much ki as he needs for whatever fight he needs to do. And unlike a lot of other characters, his willpower is also his superpower. It's very similar to Toppo. He is a pride trooper. He fights for justice, and that fighting, that mentality makes him even stronger. and combine that with his strength, his reflexes, his manipulation of energy and ki blasts that are extremely powerful and corrosive, he is one of the greatest warriors across all the multiverse. So the biggest weakness that he has is that he cannot use magic. He cannot use magic, and he cannot break reality, at least not on purpose, or at least with any willingfulness to do so. He is just a fighter. So that is going to be something huge that is going to be against him in this fight, as well as his mindset of only working for himself. That actually is something that could be detrimental because he has too much confidence in himself and does not work well with others. And then he doesn't have many times where he fights and deals with anyone and their tricks. We didn't see anything like that in the Tournament of Power, and it wouldn't have mattered anyway because he's way stronger than all those characters. So he would really have to get close in on his opponent to be able to do any sort of damage, especially an opponent that uses tricks and is as powerful as Zen Buu. So this is how the fight scenario is going to go. We have Jiren stepping in, and he is as calm as he normally is, but intense. And we have Zen Buu laughing about the entire situation, not taking it seriously, but excited to see what Jiren can do. This is when Jiren attacks first with his punches that look like he's punching through air, distorting space and blasting away the arena and blasting away Zen Buu. And this is when Jiren thinks that the fight is over, so he turns around to start walking away. But Zen Buu reforms, rematerializes himself, and he's ready to go still. Jiren attacks Buu again, and this time he lands several punches, but Buu just quickly and effortlessly reforms himself. And at this point, he decides to end the fight early, and he puts Jiren into a dimensional bubble and then transforms it into candy. But before he can eat the candy, the bubble explodes. Jiren, with sheer will, sheer power, and sheer strength, breaks through this transformation and is back to his old self. So since this fighter is on a different caliber, Buu decides to summon absorbed fighters that he had before, usually like illusions or partial forms, just coming out of his own body, Gohan, Broly, and Cell, and he has them all attack Jiren. Jiren focuses in, and with all his hidden strength explodes through all of them, and they turn into liquid putty. Jiren realizes that he's facing off against something of a deity. Like this character, this creature, not only is invulnerable to all his attacks, but also can warp, manipulate time, space, and create fighters. So Jiren decides it's time to take it up a notch, and he explodes into end of Tournament of Power levels and beyond through his sheer will and through his sheer power. And this is where Zen Buu tries to get into Jiren's head, conjuring up illusions of his fallen comrades in the past and dead master, things that really is going to drive a nail into Jiren's psyche. And this actually makes Jiren stumble a little bit, but he rejects the illusions, knowing that they're illusions, and breaks through the hallucination. He then punches a hole through the entire illusion, aiming straight for real Buu. This is the first time that real Buu actually has to defend on his own, blocking the attack. Zen Buu then traps Jiren in unraveling timelines, in loops, and basically just has him detained with the power of his, I guess, wildcard nature. And this isn't enough to hold Jiren at first. Jiren breaks right through it and attacks Zen Buu again. Zen Buu easily dodges all of this and says that he is officially bored. There's nothing Jiren really can do. He's realizing now that Jiren really is just power and punches, and so he seals Jiren in a time stasis bubble, teleports him outside of time, same thing he did to the South Supreme Kai, and yawns, leaving the arena. The winner is Zen Buu. And yeah, that's the winner. Zen Buu is quite literally deity level. He's a trickster, and there's nothing Jiren really can do to defeat him, at least not with just punching his way out. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who's next? You guys decide.